How's it going, everyone? And welcome to a special solo series of Wealth Strategy Secrets of the Ultra Wealthy. I'm your host, Dave Wolcott. We get a lot of the same questions from our investors about infinite banking, tax efficiency, asset protection, strategy stacking, and how to actually build wealth outside of Wall Street. And we get it. We know you're busy. So in this series, I'm breaking down complex wealth strategy topics into short, tactical episodes that you can actually use to build legacy wealth. Whether you're just starting your journey or fine-tuning your portfolio, these episodes are designed to give you high-impact insights in just a few minutes. So let's dive in. Welcome back to Wealth Strategy Secrets of the Ultra Wealthy. Today, I wanted to clear up one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to taxes. And this one difference can literally mean hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in your lifetime. Now, if you've read my book, The Holistic Wealth Strategy, you know I struggled with taxes. I fired over 5 CPA firms, and I was really frustrated and paid many large 6-figure checks that I was tired of writing. I kept elevating the CPA firm, thinking the more prestigious firm that I could hire, the better the results I could get. But that wasn't true. The distinction is actually that there's something different between a tax preparer and a tax planner. And most people work with a tax preparer. In fact, over 95% of the industry is filled with tax preparers. Their role is simple. They take your W-2, your 1099s, maybe a shoebox full of receipts, and make sure you file a compliant return every April. But basically, they're historians, and they record what already happened. So they're looking at your taxes in the rearview mirror. And that's why the vast majority of Americans feel like they're stuck with paying high taxes every year. A tax planner, on the other hand, plays an entirely different game. They're forward-looking, and they proactively design your entity structure, help you leverage incentives in the tax code, which is over 6,000 pages, and essentially a roadmap of incentives for people who know how to leverage that. This becomes a bespoke plan that can align with your specific wealth vision. And as I share in my book, we need to really understand just that the tax code isn't a punishment. It's actually something that we can leverage and actually partner with the government. This brings us to one of my favorite frameworks from Kiyosaki, which was the cash flow quadrant. I found so much value in this book, even much more than Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And if you recall, which I know all of the listeners out there have read this book because this is 101 important, but if you recall, on the left-hand side of the quadrant, you've basically got your W-2 or self-employed professionals, and that's where you're paying the highest amount of taxes. Now, if you move to the right-hand side of the quadrant and become a business owner, where you actually own and run a business system, or you become an investor, you can pay the least amount of taxes. And I can tell you, this is actually Tom Wheelwright verified, that business owners can realistically target 20% or less in taxes. So if you're paying more than that in taxes, you need to find yourself a tax planner. If you're an investor, you can actually get your taxes down to zero if you work with a tax planner. And that's not theory. This is actually how the ultra wealthy operate. And they partner with government by actually doing what the government is looking for. They're building businesses, they're creating jobs, and investing in housing and energy. In return, the government basically gives them deductions, depreciation, and powerful tax strategies. So it's all about really partnering with the government. So the takeaway is this. If you're still working with a tax preparer, you're essentially playing defense in a game that requires offense. And if you want to transform your wealth, it's time to build your dream team and include a strategic tax planner and shift from the left side of the quadrant to the right side. And remember, the goal isn't just about making money. It's all about keeping money. The more you can keep, then you can multiply it and ultimately create that freedom of time, money, and purpose that we're all looking for. Now, if you guys need any help in terms of finding the right strategic tax planner, feel free to reach out to me directly. We've been building a network of planners that have a great degree of experience, and I'd be happy to provide some referrals for you. You can reach out to me directly at dave@pantheoninvest.com. Until next time. Thanks for tuning in to our special solo series. If this episode sparked something for you and you're ready to learn more, head over to holisticwealthstrategy.com and download a free copy of my book. You'll also get access to our investor community where we share exclusive educational content, new opportunities, and resources designed to help you accelerate your path to freedom. And if you want to take it even further, book a call with our team to learn about our virtual family office services or join our mastermind group where we go deep into building true generational wealth. I'll see you on the next episode.